If his name starts with J, run away.
Hello, welcome back to the CA Unit podcast. AC Unit podcast.
We have a special guest today.
We do.
You may have heard me talk about her multiple times on this podcast, but today we have the wonderful cousin of mine named Bianca.
Hello, everybody. Well, I'm sorry. I'm so excited to be here with you guys.
Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I am Claudia.
Oh, and I'm Alyssa.
We introduced our guests, but we did not introduce ourselves. It's perfectly fine. Today we're going to be talking about astrology.
Yay! I'm going to get an education in astrology today.
So we're going to have a hot little topic. Not hot topic.
Hot little topic.
Hot
topic.
Hot takes / bitching hour. Just kidding. We're not doing bitching hour today. But hot takes today. Bianca and I decided to do a themed hot take.
Okay.
And it's basically what's our worst zodiac that we've encountered with men.
Oh, with men specifically.
Yes.
But, you could also do it with friends
With
too.
friends too,
or
yeah.
someone that you could not stand for different groups of people, I can't stand Aries, for example.
Oh.
The worst people you've ever encountered, if you ever figured out that they all had the same zodiac sign, then that's a given.
Okay. I'm really excited to hear the tea.
Gemini.
Gemini is on my list, but in my experience, I have always had a bad experience with Aquarius men. Aquarius women,
R.I.P. Harry Styles.
he's the exception, though.
Is he an Aquarius man?
He's the exception, though, because he has a lot of Libra placements, and I'm a Libra, so we get along. But Aquarius men who are J names. If his name starts with J, run away.
There's your tagline. That could be the name of the episode.
If his name starts with a J.
So how many of these J men Aquarius have you had to deal with?
5.
5? Okay, I feel like
Damn,
that's
I didn't know that.
there's a pattern here.
There's a
something
pattern.
happening.
I don't know why these people are naming their sons with a J name and they're born between the end of January to the middle of February, but who knows?
It was like a popular thing. It was a trend.
It was a trend.
I
guess it was.
So yeah, Aquarius is definitely my number one.
Okay.
Gemini is my number one.
Gemini is your number one.
I
feel like everybody hates that sign, from what I've heard, right?
Oh yeah, all over TikTok and everything.
There's
it's just like
famously, it's between Gemini and Scorpio, I feel like.
Okay.
I haven't seen a lot of Scorpio hate.
I see Scorpio hatred a lot, and then I get really offended and sad because I'm a Scorpio.
So what is it about the Aquarius and the men that you think makes them insufferable? Is there like a common thing?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, viewers.
I'm ready for the tea.
So Aquarius men, I'm specifying the men, they usually have a God complex, meaning that they tend to know everything about everything. And then anytime that you try to
men
have...
in general, bro.
But
What?
it's worse
Who
than
said that? I think there's a ghost in here.
Peanut gallery over here.
But I think it's worse in just Aquarius men in general. They just think that they know everything. And then if you try to offer a different point of view, they're like, no, you're wrong.
Oh, man, I know.
Oh.
Who was that?
Oh, I hate that.
And they're also
like a
known
pet
to be
peeve.
super emotionless.
Emotionless.
They have no emotions.
Oh.
They don't feel...
Sorry.
I know you really hate Geminis. We'll get to them soon.
I have PTSD from Geminis, okay? It's bad.
It's funny because what I've heard, one of my best friends is an Aquarius, Sarah Seguin.
Yeah.
And that's the
It's so
only
crazy,
frame of
'cause she's,
reference I have for
yeah.
Aquarius. So I'm emotional.
I get such Libra vibes from her, though.
But
she might have some Libra in her charts.
Oh, I don't know. We'd have to ask. But
yeah.
That's so interesting that the men, it's flipped.
Yeah, it's...
Sometimes it is, though.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like, I hate Scorpio men, but I love Scorpio women.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I think men just ruin everything.
Honestly...
This is Claudia's hot take in general.
I mean, I love you. I love you.
Especially. Okay, your turn.
I'm sorry. Just snorted. Okay. Okay. Okay.
This is how it goes off the rails. Gonna pee yourself.
Okay.
I'm
I'm like,
like bathroom because we wedged you in the corner.
crying.
Okay.
Just keep saying okay. It's like Fault in Our Stars up in here.
Okay.
Okay, and then dies. Spoiler alert.
10 years later. I haven't seen that movie.
You haven't seen any movie.
You haven't seen Fault in Our
Other
Stars?
than the movies you make, I don't think
No.
you've seen any movie.
I'm so conceited. I only will watch movies that I've
She's like,
made.
I made this one. I'm in
Oh,
this
that?
one.
I didn't. Titanic? I wasn't a part of that. I'm not watching it.
What the heck? I got chocolate on my jeans. Okay. Gemini men. That's it. I'm done.
What about them do you not like?
They're traumatizing. They're controlling.
You never know what you're gonna get with them.
No, you really don't know. They literally have masks. Like,
Okay.
it's actually scary.
Yeah.
If they, like,
psychopath
If
shit.
they are the bad Gemini, there are good Geminis out there. I'm friends with a few Geminis. Yeah.
Eric is a Gemini.
Yeah, and I like Eric. Eric is
Yeah.
cool. But other Geminis I've experienced are not cool.
Okay.
Like, when I mean masks, like, they put on, like, a face for people so they can impress them. But if, like, you're close to them and, like, behind doors, they take that mask away. They're, like, a completely different person. It's actually scary.
Yeah, that's like
That's
actual
like switching,
psychopathic
like, yeah,
stuff.
it is. And, like, not all Geminis. Yet again, not all Geminis. I am just, I'm over here like, I hate Geminis. And, like, the whole Gemini community's like, F you.
They're gonna
And
be
I'm
in
like-
the YouTube comments.
Yeah, I'm like, honestly, yeah, sure.
burn this podcast to the ground.
Thanks for the attention. Thanks for your views.
So I have a question.
Yes.
If you get to know a Gemini man,
Oh,
or is
God.
it woman too? Would you say?
I had one bad experience with one Gemini woman, and I had one bad experience with one Gemini man.
Okay, man.
Man.
So once you get to know them very well and you are out in public with them and they're talking to someone else, can you see the mask? Can you see
Yes.
it? And then it makes you even more sick because you're like, ugh, I can see how you're faking because I know who you like, how you
Like,
really
I can
are.
already automatically get that from other people, too. It's
Yeah.
not just Geminis, but I feel like they are most famous for that.
Yeah.
Because
their
they're known as
thing.
being two-faced, quote-unquote. They know how to present themselves in certain lights and ways for people. They're kind of like a circus act, honestly. Sorry,
Bunch
guys.
of clowns.
Anyways, what about you?
I don't know. I think I just never thought to ask. This is why I said I'm going to get an education in this, because I've never thought to ask people like, oh, what's your sign? Or, well, there's certain people that I feel like I like everybody, but there's certain people that I'm like, I don't get a good read.
So
like
tell me the
Sagittarius
traits.
men.
So who was the man? What sign was he?
He was a Sagittarius. That's why I said also sometimes Sagittarius
I
men.
wonder if I.
But
I
it's
don't know.
weird because
it might
I
just be
have-
him. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
When I met him,
Well,
I was
he
like,
has Leo in him. And you know what? Sometimes
got
he's
bad
very
vibes.
full of himself.
Yep.
He was very
Yeah,
full of
I
himself.
don't like the full of
And he
yourself
had
thing.
he had like some Leo in his chart. But I was just confused because like I have a lot of Sagittarius in my charts, which we're going to look into.
Okay.
And so like you'd think like I would like we did get along.
Right.
But then he was like all schemy and gross. So
Yeah.
Bianca read his chart.
I
and she's
read
like,
his
"Ew."
chart.
And I'm like,
I'm a
"What?"
little nosy, so I read his chart.
That is amazing.
So
I have him on CoStar, that's why.
a what?
CoStar?
it's an astrology app. Even though sometimes it scares people with those messages,
I
like
don't get scared. Nothing scares me.
because sometimes they have like an outlook of what your day is gonna be, so just a general like overall message, and they say today's not going to be your day. Prepare for a bad accident.
Oh.
And it's
Oh,
like,
what? I never read
that's
those.
not helpful. That's not nice.
Prepare for a bad accident.
So the whole day you're like,
That's why I had to get rid of CoStar because I kept getting those cryptic messages.
So let's start with the first question. Do we believe in astrology? What's your opinion? That's what they're like. What's your first opinion?
I think I do and I don't.
Okay.
I think there are definitely patterns. And like when I learned that I was a Capricorn, like, you know, high school.
She's a Capri Sun.
Respect it.
You know, like looking into this stereotypical stuff, like workaholic type, like very, you know, and she's like,
Girl, you were such a total Capricorn.
I'm
I was
like,
just
no,
saying this to
okay.
Claudia
You are a
yesterday.
Capri
okay,
Sun.
this makes sense. This does make sense. So I feel like there really is some truth to it. There really is.
I'm like the same way. I'm not fully into it, but I am into it probably more than you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like the medium between Bianca and Alyssa, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
I believe in it, and I'm like, holy guacamole, that really happened. Also, really creepy how you act like that. So there's a lot of things I do believe in, but like, to like, be like, this is your future, and like, la 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 la. Like, I don't really believe that, but like,
Yeah.
characteristics of a person, yes.
Yeah.
Because weirdly enough, it's pretty on point with everyone.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
But yeah.
Bianca, which means bench in Portuguese.
Yeah. Like my cousins, Bill's nieces and nephews, they always called me Banca because they couldn't pronounce Bianca yet. They forgot the extra syllable.
That's so cute. Bench.
Hi, Bench. Let me plop on you. So for astrology, I know Claudia said that I'm like the total opposite of Alyssa for knowledge. I believe in it. You know, I feel like when I was younger, I started to get really into it. So into it where I would go to the Scholastic Book Fair and, you know, everybody goes as a class, right? And you would just get the normal books. And then after, when everyone left, I would go, I'm taking this astrology book at age 9.
Oh my gosh.
No, literally, I remember when
Ahead
we
of
were
the
little.
curve then.
No, when we were little, like, we'd be, like, her and I specifically were, like, on top of astrology for some reason.
Wow.
And I, like, obviously am, like, 5 years younger than her, so I'm like, what does that mean? What does this mean? And then she's like, well, that means you're gonna take a poop today. And I'm like, oh.
I did take a poop.
And then tomorrow, your grandma's going to get you a new toy. Oh, no. Yay.
And then I literally go to my grandma, I'm like, you buy me a toy? So, yeah.
Okay.
So-
That's cool. You were definitely ahead of the curve then, because I feel like it's become recently a trend thing.
When we were younger,
But
it was pretty
you were
popular
into
too. So like from the late 90s to the early 2000s, it was like a huge thing.
Yeah, it was like pretty
yeah.
big
Yeah.
up until like I was in middle school. And then
Oh, okay.
after middle
Kinda
school and
died out.
high school, it kind of died out. And then I only started getting back into it again like after college. I'm like, you know what? I actually miss reading about this. This is actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
But
it's
like
cool.
like Claudia said, like I definitely notice more patterns now as I've read more about it and how important not only your sun sign is, but all the other personal planets you have in your chart, which we'll get into in a little bit. So
That's
like your
cool.
moon sign, your rising sign, your Mars sign, your Venus sign, all of those are considered your personal planets and they kind of all determine your personality. Because sometimes some people are like, oh, I don't feel like a Leo. Maybe it's because they have a bunch of other planets in a different sign that overpower your chart. So if they're a Leo, but they have a bunch of Cancer placements, they probably identify more as a Cancer as opposed to a Leo.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
I've always
cool.
found it interesting. And full disclaimer for all the TikTok astrology girlies out there, I'm not trying to come for your job. This is just a hobby that I like to read about. And I know
She
quite a
should
bit.
honestly go for your job.
In summary,
I'll
she should
tea,
go for
I'll
your job.
shade. She gave me a cute little doll when I was little, and it was Scorpio, like a Scorpio doll.
Oh,
It was cool,
what's-
and we like
what is
all
that?
got like a doll of our like
the
Zodiac
it was
sign.
kind of like a Bratz doll, but like not a Bratz doll. It was like a separate thing from Bratz, but
Now, was it like the symbol, or was it the is there are there animals for each, or
Yes, so each
There's
zodiac
animals and
sign have like
people.
symbols and animals, so
Yeah.
each one has a different thing. But the Bratz dolls, when they first came out, they were under this company called MGA, and they decided to do a little side project called Zodiac Girls, which was a sub branch of like that
it was pretty
company.
cool.
oh
Ve-
wow,
Very short lived. I think they only lasted maybe 3 or 4 years max. Maybe they didn't
Yeah, they
sell
like
out
died
well.
out, honestly.
But it was super cute because, they made super cute dolls for each zodiac sign, and they had a killer website where I played all the games
I love
all
that
the
website,
time.
bro.
Oh,
I'd get so excited to go over your
wow.
house just to play those games.
Yep.
That's so fun.
I'm like, can we play the Zodiac game?
That is so fun.
Sounds like the Zodiac killer.
I feel like I would have liked that when I was younger.
It
It
was
was
super
cool.
cute,
That's
and
cool.
the animations were like adorable. They basically almost looked like Bratz dolls, but
And each one had
Yeah.
like a pet too.
Oh wow,
It was cute.
That's really cute.
Yeah, that's like our backgrounds.
Now that I think of it, in middle school, like I used to Google a lot of stuff about like zodiac signs, but only to see if my crush and I would match up.
I still do
Me
that.
too. Oh my
I
gosh, it
still
was
do that.
constant.
I literally still do
I
that.
literally used to do it up until like
It's
Sean,
so
and then I was
funny.
like, okay, Taurus and Capricorn.
I was just telling Claudia that yesterday. I'm like, that makes so much sense.
Oh my
I love it when the astrologies.
that it did.
They really astrologized.
Astrologized.
It was just like too perfect, and just knowing you two personally, matching the archetypes of the zodiac signs you both have, it's just perfect. I love it.
Oh, I love it. It's
So-
like the puzzle. It's fitting together.
Yes.
We're like, so now we're gonna get into reading the charts.
Yes. So who wants to go first?
I want to hear Alyssa's.
I came prepared.
I'm so excited. This is like
It was so funny. I like
like
texted
a
Alyssa. I'm like,
gift.
give me your birthday credentials.
I was like, okay, don't hurt me.
And she doesn't give me the year, even though I know what year she was born in. I'm like, year. She's like, 1999.
You're 99?
Yeah.
I thought you were 98.
No.
No. Oh, wow.
Just in the
Baby.
cusp.
Bro, I literally wrote 1999.
I know, but I just realized that now. It just clicked with me.
She was a little late to 98. Bruncha. Just call me Shakespeare. I'll be here all day. I don't know. Anyways, the chart.
So, I'm going to give you just an overview of your personal placements. So, your sun obviously is in Capricorn. And what your sun embodies is how you perceive yourself and what you want to present out to the world.
Okay.
So,
cool.
that's your regular zodiac sign. It's called the sun sign. Your ascendant or rising sign is how other people perceive you. And to no surprise, your rising sign is Capricorn. So you
I
are
was like, wow, she is a Capricorn.
so you are a double Capricorn, which I am not surprised.
Okay. Cool.
So your moon sign is Sagittarius. And you being a Sagittarius moon, that means, I know, I keep rocking back and forth. It's a habit. So your Sagittarius moon, it represents your emotions, how you perceive the world, how you want to go about and do things. So Sagittarius are free-spirited, independent, original thinkers, which kind of tracks with what you want to do creatively. Just in my opinion, just
Yeah.
from seeing your projects on Instagram.
Yeah.
Always
yeah.
hustling that Capricorn.
Always hustling and bustling.
Every day I'm hustling.
Sorry.
Claudia, you kill me.
I'm like, okay, next.
And she's like this in real life, folks. She's this.
Off the camera.
I'm crazy.
On and off.
This is an
Yeah.
authentic personality.
Authentic. Authentic
Meet the
Italiano. Meet the baller. Sorry.
So you're
Yes, we got the bourbon.
yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse us. Excuse us. Okay, sorry.
So your Mars sign is Libra. And being a Libra Mars is how you take action, how you deal with conflict. And Libra is the sign of harmony and peace. So overall, you just want people to get along.
Oh, this makes sense. Okay.
You don't want to, tussle with anybody. You just
Not tussle.
you just want to keep
Are you
things
sure?
chill.
You want to tussle? That's boring. Sorry, okay.
And your Venus sign is in Aquarius. And what your Venus sign represents is how you are in relationships, what you want relationships to be like, etc. So since it's in Aquarius, that means you want to date people who have original thoughts like you, who like to think outside of the box, have fun adventures. And all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
This
yeah.
is making sense.
Yes, literally sounds like Alyssa.
Her mouth keeps getting wider and wider. Okay, this makes sense. This is
Yeah,
cool.
I'd say it pretty tracks with what I know about you.
I've done track before.
Yeah.
I was a thrower.
You were a thrower? Javelin, right?
Ew, no.
This is like the kid
Oh,
in the
that's not
class
track.
who just keeps talking. You're like, I teach art
Discuss.
school. We have this one kid who just has
Discuss.
outbursts, and I'm like, that's great. Anyway, moving on to the next slide.
Literally.
Oh, you
He was
just
about to be
tried?
like, next.
Okay.
It's like waiting in the deli. Next. 392B.
Right.
Also, hi, Kevin. I ripped you a new one today. I hope you're watching.
Okay.
I wonder what his astrology sign is.
He's definitely a Gemini.
With an Aries rising.
Or
all that
Sagittarius.
aggressiveness.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And I think the last placement in your astrology chart that's important for your life's purpose is your North Node. So your North Node essentially is what you're aiming for in life. And your North Node is in Leo. And Leo is known to be, out there performing, making themselves known.
Wow.
Which is so funny because it's not like she's a director or anything.
This is
or
weird.
trying to act or anything.
I booked a role.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
It's crazy.
I have no clue if you wanted me to say that. I'm so sorry. I
No,
just got excited.
It's great.
I'm like,
Well, it's just funny because I feel like I've recently come to accept that. Because, I grew up where it's don't ask for attention, be humble, be quiet, stop talking. But I've always loved acting and all that stuff, and I recently was like, you know what? I've always wanted to do it. I love performing and all that stuff, so I'm going to go for it. And so that falls in line with the Leo North Node.
Yeah, congratulations, girl.
Thanks.
Is it on stage, on screen?
It's on screen. It's a short film.
Oh,
We'll
exciting.
be filming this summer.
I'm
It's
excited
just
for
1 or
you.
2 days. It's a small thing, but
But that's-
it's a real role.
Little steps can lead to big things.
Yeah, it'll be
Precisely.
so fun, and yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited for you, bro.
Thank you.
When I saw that snap, I was like,
Oh my god!
so,
Thank you.
You're welcome. I love that. But yeah, so that's just an overall placement
Cool.
of your
This is so
astrology chart, of the important planets in there. And after I read Claudia's, we can talk about your friendship compatibility and what makes you two friends.
Best
friends forever.
No way.
Best
This
friends
is
forever.
cool. This is a cool, spunky therapy session.
she's the therapist.
Yeah, tell me more.
Wow, finally, I have a therapist. I'm always the therapist. This is interesting.
This is
Oh, how the
Relatable.
turntables.
tables have turned.
So, am I next?
Yes,
Yeah.
Claudia.
I'm
It's
excited to
not
hear
like I
this.
know you already, but let's let the stars decide who you are.
Oh, I know where it is. Sorry. Wait, you probably never seen that movie either.
What?
No.
Greatest Showman?
No.
Hugh Jackman and Zac
my
Efron singing and dancing with the
Is
circus.
that with Zendaya too?
Yeah.
It's on my list.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay,
Okay, my
Ariana.
My chart.
So Claudia, to no surprise, has a bunch of Sagittarius placements.
That's probably why I'm so aggressive.
Her sun sign, not her sun sign's in Scorpio, I apologize. Her sun sign's in Scorpio, but her rising sign, her Pluto, her Mars, and her Venus are all in Sagittarius.
Wow.
So meaning she's independent, she's fun, she does what she wants, says what she wants.
A little too much sometimes, honestly. I'm like, I need to control myself. I need a muzzle sometimes, I swear. Or like tape over my mouth. I'm like, I need to be shut up.
Oh my gosh.
No, I love that
No.
energy.
I need to be silenced sometimes.
Silence.
Though. My intrusive thoughts come through and I'm like, oh no, that was offensive, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh.
It's like, it was supposed to be a joke, I'm sorry.
But having her rising in Sagittarius makes so much sense because I'm a rising in Sagittarius, which makes us get along
Makes sense as to why we're so chaotic.
Okay.
and wacky together.
Okay.
But yeah, Mars and Sagittarius tracks because Mars, like I said, is how you deal with conflict, aggression, how you take action. Claudia is very much, let's go.
I'm gonna hit you with a bus. I'm gonna Regina George you. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Wait, no. I'm gonna bust the Regina George at you. What?
We
Never
got
mind.
you. We got the
Insert
gist.
clip. No, I'm kidding. Don't insert clip. You might
Copyright.
copyright it. Oh no. Our table, it's broken.
It's round.
But yeah, having her Sagittarius and all those planets makes sense as to why it overpowers her personality, which is why someone who wouldn't think of her as a Scorpio, people would just think of her as a Sagittarius because of her rising.
No, because like sometimes like if people are like, are you a fire sign? And I'm like, no. They're like, what? They won't believe me.
But you got a lot
I'm
of
like,
fire in your chart,
I'm a
girl.
water sign.
So Sagittarius is fire
Yeah.
and Scorpio's water.
Yeah.
What's the deal with Scorpio?
That's why I love Zutara.
Oh, from the last episode when you guys were debating on the characters.
You should be fighting for Katara! You water lady. So,
Bro, when I just screamed in Alyssa's face, it was so funny. She's like,
oh my gosh.
okay.
Ugh.
You just stop
We
saying
need
okay, bro.
an actual AC up here. But So what's the deal with Scorpio?
So being
Do you not know what Scorpio is?
I know nothing.
it's the
You know
Scorpion.
nothing, Jon Snow.
Scorpion.
So a lot of people say that Scorpio is the fire sign of the water signs,
Oh.
which makes,
I'm just a stormy ocean.
Scorpios tend to be very private. They don't want to disclose a lot of information for people, which is very interesting paired with all of Claudia's Sagittarius placements. So she's really mastered the art of being a public person, but by being very private, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like you bounce, because obviously we're on a podcast right now, but you still know when to like hold back certain things.
I've noticed.
And after the fact, she'll be like, actually, can we take this and this
yeah.
out?
I text her, I'm like, please take this out.
So
No,
that
I'm just
makes
like,
sense.
people watch this from my family and they don't know these things about me yet. Or another thing that I noticed when we did Truth or Dab with Allie,
Oh,
I was like,
God.
oh, I'm gonna be able to answer all of these. Like, I don't care.
You're like, I don't.
And then I'm like, I don't want anyone to know this unless like you're
Right.
really close to me, because like I was playing with you guys, but then I remembered there's a camera in front of us and we're gonna be posting this on YouTube.
Right.
And then I remembered strangers watch YouTube, and then people that I know that they don't know much about me are watching us on YouTube and
Right.
listening to us. And I was like, I don't want them to know this information. So like I'm like, oh, now I have to take the dab. It was fine.
Yeah.
We had chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken was yummy.
It was
But yeah,
yummy.
that has nothing to do with astrology, but
But, that's just an example how the astrologies.
astrologizes.
Exactly.
Her Mercury is also in Scorpio, meaning Mercury is the sign of communication and how you think.
Okay.
And then when it's in Scorpio, Claudia chooses when to be private. She can be public all she wants, but there's certain things where it's like, nah, you don't know me like that.
Oh, okay. This makes sense.
It
This
tracks.
makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Growing up, like our family was super Catholic, but my vava, my grandma, she would never fail to do two things aside from going to church. Read the horoscopes in the Portuguese newspaper at the end. Like she would always read them at the end, and turn on Univision, which was the Spanish channel, to watch that guy. What's his name? Oh, Walter Mercado. He's like this very flashy man with like a crystal ball. Then he would tell you your horoscope for the day.
Oh, wow.
And she would like watch him religiously as often she would go to church. She's like, listen, I love Jesus, but this guy, Jesus gave him this gift.
Oh, that's so cute.
He's
that.
predicting my future.
No, when
That's
we
so
say
cute.
she loves Jesus, she like threw holy water at a Jehovah Witness person out the window.
Yup.
She's like, no, come back. I love Jesus. I love Jesus.
Wait, that's so funny. That's like a character in a movie. Like,
She's like, I'm not changing my religion for you.
I'm
Do
logging
not come
this.
back. I love Jesus. It's funny.
oh
She
my
also
gosh.
convinced us that when we were younger, there were banshees in my house.
It was just me.
This is Claudia the Banshee.
I was eating all the cookies.
Oh my god.
And she's like, what's this? Who's
No,
that?
because like Bianca and I, Karina would be like too tired to do anything. But Bianca and I, we'd like sneak into the kitchen, but we'd act like spies, so it'd be like crawling and like do things. And so like we'd get cookies.
And then,
and then
we just
we-
like munch them all.
We
This
literally
is so
ran
me.
into her bed and like we're just like, and she's like, one night she was like, okay. And then she like freaked out. She's like, dang, oh my, and then,
Giving this woman a heart attack.
literally she thought like some intruder was in the house.
Oh,
and,
it's just you guys
and then like literally she turns on the light and Bianca and I are like,
oh.
pretended to sleep.
well, I'm
This
like,
is so
I
me.
remember just being like, eating the cookie.
And then my mom, like when we woke up in the morning, she was so mad because there were crumbs all over the bed. She's like, what were you guys doing?
You're sleeping with the crumbs.
Especially like a Portuguese family, they do not want you to eat in bed.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like clean freaks.
Plastic
bro.
on the couches type
Yeah.
deal. Like this
But,
is crazy.
yeah.
I literally did the same thing, but to my grandfather, and I would just walk around the block, and he thought there was an intruder, and it was just me. And then I
Aw.
was on my bike outside with like the cookie, and I turned around, and my mouth was full. I was like, sorry.
I just wanted a cookie.
I just really wanted a cookie.
That's so funny. What's next?
So what about your chart?
Oh, so for me, I'm a Libra sun, Sagittarius rising, Libra moon, Cancer Mars, Scorpio Venus. And I'm so extra, I also did Bill's like astrology chart.
Oh, nice.
So one good indicator if you're trying to figure out if you're compatible with a person, aside from the compatibility tests that you used to do on like tarot.com or
Oh my
astrology.com or whatever like website they had them on. If you look at your Venus sign and your Mars sign, and if it's in a compatible element with that other person's Venus and Mars, then you guys were meant to be. So for example, I have a water Mars and a water Venus, and he has an earth Mars and an earth Venus. Water and earth are compatible elements because, water and earth, fire and air. Or if you have an earth Venus and a water Mars and vice versa for the other person, then that matches because you guys have the same elements in the charts.
Oh, okay.
Did we talk about my moon?
This is cool.
Oh, your moon sign?
Virgo moon.
Oh, yes. So you have a Virgo moon in the 9th house.
I don't know what houses mean.
Yeah,
but-
it gets it.
Can I live in that house? I don't know what this
The
means.
ninth.
So
The
Virgo moons are usually people who feel emotions very deeply. They're very intuitive, but they have a good understanding of what their emotions mean. Like if someone did them dirty and they're able to intellectualize that in a very emotionally mature way, you did X, Y, and Z. It made me feel A, B, C, D, and this is why you're trash.
Congrats on having the emotional maturity of a rock.
Exactly.
It's like talking to a brick wall.
And Claudia is pretty good with that. You know, just knowing her personally and us talking about stuff. Like, she's very smart in, you know.
I'm smart?
Yes, you are. Super smart.
You mean with like a 4.0 GPA?
Yes, slay girl.
So what do your signs mean? What's what's the read on all your stuff?
So I have a Libra sun, which is my zodiac sign. I'm very into art. I'm very into what's the word? I don't want to say lovey-dovey, but very much a romantic at heart, likes to romanticize your life, likes the finer things in life, because Libra, like the sign Taurus, is ruled by the planet Venus. And Venus represents relationships, luxury goods,
Mine's Mars.
the finer things in life, etc.
Oh, okay.
And
That's cool. That's cool. Okay.
And rising is Sagittarius. You know, I like to have fun. You know, I don't want to do things that everyone else is doing. I'm kind of like, I'm going to do things my way type of thing, like Claudia. My Libra moon is I like to keep the peace when it comes with emotions. Like, I don't want to ruffle feathers. And sometimes I have a problem with people pleasing that Claudia's been trying to get me out of that
I've
habit.
been training her. No, I'm not training her. I'm just teaching her.
Right.
Ways
Yeah.
of trying to.
Because,
I relate to that.
I don't want to hurt people's feelings, you know? And that's been like a struggle.
There's a difference
Right.
between setting boundaries and hurting people's feelings.
Yes,
Right.
the
That's
boundaries.
something I'm learning.
And
Yeah.
you know what? If people's
No.
feelings get hurt because of the boundaries, they don't deserve you in their life. Mic drop.
They
Facts.
put it on themselves.
Facts, no printer.
Printer.
Beep boop bop.
Cool. Okay.
And so my Scorpio Venus means that when I'm like in a relationship, like I'm in it. Like you're my ride or die homie. Like I'm not entertaining the streets, other hoes, none of that. No judgment to y'all that do. Like hot girl summer is here. But for me, I was always the kind of person that when I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. And I personally could never do friends with benefits because I would fall in love and my feelings would get hurt. So like that's just not in my anatomy and in my
Yeah.
personality. I just can't.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's just
Same
I physically like I just can't. And my Cancer Mars, I'm very much like, so my Cancer Mars is in the 6th house, meaning it's very much an action-oriented house. And
Okay.
in astrology, Cancer is not so strong in a Mars sign because, you know, another aspect of Libra, you want to keep the peace. You don't want to ruffle feathers. But when it's placed in an action-oriented house like the 6th house, then it kind of pushes you into situations where you have to be, whether you like it or not. And looking back in some experiences of my life, there were instances whether, you know, you're dealing with a toxic manager or bad friends, and you're put in those positions where you have to stand up for yourself. Like you kind of have to face confrontation.
Oh yeah.
So that's the whole lesson to be learned with that Mars placement. It's not my favorite placement in my astrology chart, but
So let's move on to the friendship chart. The
Yes.
friendship compatibility.
so I took a peek on it.
Be like, actually, you guys aren't compatible.
yeah,
I'd
you
be like,
should stop this podcast
I'd be like,
immediately.
quit
you
while
should
you're
rethink
ahead.
this
You
relationship.
just fall over the chair.
This is how it is behind the scenes.
Yeah.
They put on a good show. They don't really get along.
We're both
Serve, like,
performers.
Oscars at this point. No.
I mean, that's kind of like, I read that Miley Cyrus and Emily Osment were like not friends during
my
Hannah
God.
Montana.
Well, I also heard that about Ariana Grande and Victoria Justice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I think
And
we
Jennifer
all
Curdy.
sing.
We all sing.
So from what I see overall is that you guys have a very loving, easygoing, and supportive friendship. You guys have way more positive aspects than hard aspects. So, for example, your moon and your moon, this is just, well, I'm starting off rough now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is one negative. So, just one negative aspect is that your moon and your moon square each other. And when
Square up, brother.
Brother.
So, how you guys perceive emotions are very differently. How you process emotions are very differently. So, not that you guys are tussling and fighting behind the scenes, because this is the AC unit. They're a unit. They're together. Not that you guys are doing any of that behind the scenes, but sometimes y'all may get into slight disagreements on, how to handle a situation or how to proceed with something. Maybe if it's not an issue now, it could be somewhere along the line, but it's very minor because, like I said, you have 35 positive aspects and only 4 negatives in the friendship.
Oh, cool.
So that's just one little tiny minor thing.
Get away from me.
So
Your emotions aren't valid, Claudia.
So one sign that makes a very comfortable and easygoing relationship is when someone's rising sign is the same as someone's moon sign. And ta-da, it's the case with you guys because Claudia's Sagittarius rising is the same as your Sagittarius moon. And basically what it means that both
Just
of
keep looking
you...
at each other, we're like...
Clowns.
Yeah, both of you have fun together, obviously. I mean, you guys are just being silly. But you guys are also comfortable, like, revealing your emotions to each other. Like, you tell each other everything. Very much best friend vibes. And, it's important to have this in your astrology chart for friendship. Aren't they real Sagittariuses, y'all? Like, this is what astrology is real.
I thought you went.
I think that's what it sounded like. You were like, nasty. Anyway.
I'm sweating, bro. I was like, you kind of sound like a bird. So sorry, I snorted. Okay. Okay.
Are y'all okay?
Yeah.
What is happening?
I'm getting abs. Okay.
I'm just not gonna look at you the rest of the time.
Mm-hmm.
We're ready.
Is the class ready to hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
So basically when, like I said, since your rising sign is the same as her moon sign, it's a very easygoing friendship, best friends vibes, always giggling, always having a good time. So yeah, you guys have a lot of trust and emotional safety with one another.
Wait, was it you that was in my car when we were in Wendy's parking lot and then we were dying of laughter?
Yeah.
And then I was in the middle of driving and I just
that
stopped.
It was
the
after
car.
her wedding.
I just remembered that. It was funny. Okay, anyways.
Anyways.
What was that thing that we were in that drive-through once with Karina? And I'm going to drive away now. I think it was at the McDonald's. I forgot what it was. It was like a weird thing that they had at McDonald's. It wasn't nacho fries. It was, I can't remember. Mac and cheese fries? If that was the thing.
Oh, that was at Burger King.
Oh, that.
Was it the mac and Cheetos?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we don't have that. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to drive away now.
It was just so funny. It was like an awkward, like, I'm going to drive away now.
Oh my God.
Bye. And she's like, oh, okay, bye.
That's so funny.
The woman was stunned.
That's so funny.
Yeah. But moving on.
I know. We get so distracted.
We're like 3 living brain cells right now in one room.
Buzzing.
So Claudia's sun sign is sextile to your rising sign,
Did you
Capricorn.
say sextile or textile?
sextile.
What the
No,
does
no,
that
no,
mean?
no. So basically, it just means
My thoughts
all the
are
alarms went-
vocalized by her. I'm always like, wait, I'm just gonna wait to see what's, and then she's just like, what? This is how this works.
I'm so vocal about things. It's bad.
not textile. Like astrology isn't a rug.
Wow, it's soft and fluffy.
So basically what sextile means is that you're in the complementary element of one another because she is a water sun and you're an earth rising. So that's what it means. It's your elements are complementary to each
I was
other.
supposed to be like, nothing's happened.
Yeah, like full disclaimer.
Yeah. Except trying to figure out who farted while we were sleeping.
Because of your sun and your rising are sextile, that means you guys have a lot of harmony in your friendship. You know, it's the kind of friendship
We're
where
like the Avatar.
so you guys have a lot of harmony in your friendship, and it's basically the kind of friendship where you don't have to guess what the other person is thinking or how they're feeling because they'll just tell you straight up. You just have that kind of emotional trust with each other.
I got you.
Debatable.
No, I'm kidding.
And another important aspect in your friendship is that Claudia's moon in Virgo is trine to your rising in Capricorn. And when a sign is in trine, that means it's in the same element because Virgo is an earth sign, Capricorn is also an earth sign, meaning you guys have a symbiotic relationship where you're receptive to each other's moods. Like, you know when something's off with the other. You're like, you okay?
Yeah.
The
that's
vibes
so
are off.
true. That's so true.
I'd be
That's
like,
crazy.
talk to me.
I can immediately tell as soon as you come in here when we're doing a podcast. I'm like, oh, something happened.
She's gonna bitch about it.
She's
know
gonna
something-
talk
She's like, she
about
has
it.
tea.
Something's up.
She has tea. Always.
So that's what basically that aspect means. Another important one is that your Mars sign and her Mars sign are also in sextile because you have a fire Mars and you have an air Mars.
Oh, okay.
So meaning you guys, when you guys get together, whether you're collaborating on a project
You're Ank and I'm Zuko.
or
Did you say ink?
I said Ank.
Ang.
Not ink. Jeez.
Aw, I inked. So when you guys have complementary Mars signs, that means that when you collaborate on a project, like a podcast, all the creative energies are just flowing very naturally because, you know, air pushes the fire. You know, a wildfire can't happen without air.
Oh, this is cool.
What are you talking about?
I-
I'm the one who makes the fires.
This is cool. I would definitely agree with that.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Even like directing you in the like hair, makeup, costume department. I'm like, this is what I'm thinking. Go with it.
Yeah, she
She's
literally
like-
gives me
she's
like 3 words, and I'm like, okay. And then I'm like,
You're like,
this? And you're like, oh my god, it's perfect. It's just what I was thinking. And I'm like, brainwaves.
yeah.
which
That's
leads
cool.
me to the next aspect in your friendship chart. So your moon sign, I keep hitting this, I'm sorry. Your moon sign is trine to her Mercury. So you have an earth moon and her Mercury is in an earth sign. It's in Capricorn, meaning you guys have very easy communication, can finish each other's sentences. And like that example you just mentioned, you're thinking something and Claudia is able to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
On fleek, the Sorry.
The other aspects are pretty much like aren't really important because it's they're generational planets and you guys were born within a few years of each other. So it makes sense why you get along because you're part of the same generation technically. But yeah, you guys pretty much have all positive aspects in your astrology chart. Your planets are pretty in complementary elements.
I hope so. I was supposed to be like,
Imagine after this podcast, I just told you guys, oh, you guys shouldn't be doing
we
this.
broke up.
And then
We
and
make like
The next
we
video
broke
is
the
up
next
video.
video, we need to talk.
We need
period.
to talk. It's
Literally.
actually just like clickbait.
Literally. We should do that. We should do clickbait.
We won't tell you when though. We're gonna do some astrocartography.
So astrocartography is a fairly recent.
Sorry, the ghost of Brittany Broski is just like into my body. Okay?
I
no,
was
she's
telling-
not.
I
It's
was-
just the spirit, the energy.
Right.
I was just telling her, you guys should have her on the podcast or like
Bro,
hit her up.
How?
Just be like, hey,
This woman's famous. How we got a famous woman in here?
she'd
Figure
love
it
you.
out.
You guys are like the same
We'll figure it
person. Like their personalities are so similar. I think she would be so great.
We'll do it. We'll figure it out.
Kevin Ray said, LMFAO, women aren't real people.
Trolling. She's getting into fights with people on Facebook who she does not know,
Wait, who are you?
but it's
She just
But it's
called a man
kinda
salty and he just proceeded to like attack her.
Yeah, he called me, see you next Tuesday.
and
more.
The fire in her could not let that go.
No.
She was
I
like,
just kept trolling him. He didn't like it. And then suddenly he was like, I could buy you airplane ticket to come over if you want. And I'm like, what? Huh? Anyways, astrocartography. This man's
yeah, what is
irrelevant.
astrocartography?
So astrocartography is basically your personal planets in your astrology chart and how they reflect in different locations in the world. Now, one facet of astrocartography that most people care about is where your Venus and your Jupiter lines are. And wherever they cross on the map of the world are like considered where you have the most luck in, where you're the most attractive in, where you get the most opportunities in. So I kind of already did something in advance and I inputted your charts into the little map.
Oh my gosh.
And
This is like a gift that we're getting.
so let me just see who's this one. Oh, this is Alyssa's. So basically, Alyssa, I'm going to tell you the different places in the world where you'll feel the luckiest, the hottest, where you get the most opportunities. in.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
So
I'm moving tomorrow.
you're moving tomorrow.
I'll move with you.
So one place in particular is New York City. That is a
Isn't
standout.
it weird how I kept pushing New York City to you like last year? I don't know. Just
I have very much considered New York.
So New York City is definitely a place where you'll receive a bunch of opportunities there and you'll feel cute as hell, you know, walking around Fifth Avenue in Midtown and all those other places, Central Park in the fall with the leaves. I'm sorry. I just love that cutesy shit.
I've never been to Central Park.
I have not been either.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to change that.
I've
Well,
been to New York a couple times and I love it every time I'm there.
I'm going
Like,
to New York at the
it
end of the
feels
month,
so
but I doubt I'm going to
awesome
be in
being
Central Park, so
Oh, she's salty.
it's fine.
not as salty as Kevin, though.
Not as salty.
No, because he is the saltiest man alive.
So, New York, keep that in your future plans.
Cool.
Another place that you'll get a lot of success and luck, surprisingly, is in Paris, France,
Okay.
and southern Spain,
Ooh,
particularly
Paris, France.
particularly Barcelona.
Ooh, the Cheetah Girls.
You're gonna have your Cheetah Girls moment.
Cheetahs, friends for life.
The rhythm and each other. That's what keeps us tight.
Okay.
And another place where you'll find success in is in Hong Kong.
Whoa.
In China.
Okay.
So in China, you know, if you ever wanted to do historical fiction on the Great Wall of China and everything that came about with
Is
it.
the Great Wall of China even in Hong Kong?
I like how aggressive.
Well, I know
Bianca's
it's
face is so She's like, she's like,
a good question.
I don't know.
Ooh.
But-
Let me look it up.
yeah, you get on that.
Yeah, let's fact check that. But still, it's in China, so
She's talking to Kevin.
she's tussling with him in the Facebook Messenger. He deserves it, though, because who the heck fights with someone that you don't even know, and they keep going at it?
I'm gonna start gaslighting him now.
Another place that you'll find luck and success in is in Finland.
Ooh, Finland. Okay.
So that's where, opportunities arise. I'm just trying to see Los Angeles. You have a Pluto line there, meaning it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's, a transformative.
It's nowhere near Great Wall of China. I just want to let you know. Anyways,
Okay.
it's closer to Beijing.
Now we know. Thank
Now
you
we know.
for geographical
Thank
accuracy.
you for being a bitch.
I don't want people to be mean.
No,
So
that
I'll
was
have
good.
to be mean in the comments.
I know.
No, that was good. That was good. Good.
I
good.
try.
So your Pluto line
Yeah.
is near Los Angeles. And Pluto isn't necessarily a bad planet. It's more of a planet where you have to go through various transformations.
No
Meaning-
kidding.
So it's kind of like it would get worse until it would get better type of thing.
That definitely feels right.
Damn.
Feels right.
So if you were just curious about LA in general, but you have a lot of positive lines through New York City.
Okay.
That's not to dismay you from LA. It's just, it's one of those places where you have to get through a lot of BS.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way.
Gonna have to go through a few earthquakes.
Yeah, and forest fires.
Oh, your wildfires, yeah, I was just going to tell you.
That definitely feels right because that was my goal this year was to move there, and then I got this grant that's keeping me here longer, which is great. But I've always said a lot of people are so excited to move to LA, and for me it's like a means to an end, something that I have to do. Eye roll, get through it for the career. Yeah. But when I'm in New York City, it's so weird because it's I feel like, I don't know, I love the buzz there and it feels natural and right, and we already have a lot of friends. I don't know, it's just a different vibe.
We have friends in New York too.
It's a
so
wicked different vibe and it feels more natural.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah, cool.
it's
I
a
love
sign for you to go there.
I'm gonna try it out. Might as well.
And it's closer.
Yeah, that's a huge thing too.
Closer to home.
That's
love
true,
it.
and
It's
you
so
get to
close.
see your family.
Yeah.
Only 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
That's insane.
If you want to fly, it's shorter.
So Claudia, your astrocartography. So your Jupiter and Venus lines are in very cool places.
Can you
I
explain what Jupiter and Venus lines mean again?
So Venus is where you attract the most attention, opportunities, where you feel and look your best. Jupiter is just lucky opportunities in general.
Okay.
Right place, right time. Everything seems to fall into place for you, that type of thing.
Okay.
So one of them was Japan, particularly Tokyo.
Oh my gosh. I got chills. That's so accurate.
It cuts right through Tokyo. The line cuts right through Tokyo, Japan.
She literally has
Goosebumps.
because you you're always I'm drawn there, I want to go there, I need to move there.
I really want to go there. I've been wanting to go there since I was little.
The stars within you are pulling
They're
you
like,
there.
go to Japan right now, and I'm like, I'm too broke.
So I knew that she would freak out about that. But this is what I mean, y'all. The astrologies.
I astrologize.
Amazing. I love it.
And I also found another interesting thing.
We're close to each other. You're in China and I'm in Japan.
Boom.
That's what I mentioned. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
wow, that's
so funny.
It's perfect. And another line of yours crosses through Sicily and Italy. Your
Where my ancestors are from.
Yeah, so her Venus line, she's going to feel her cutest there. She's going to attract a lot of attention there. And also it deals with roots too. So her family background. And I know, Claudia, you mentioned that you wanted to learn more about that side of your family, your Italian side. See what I mean? It's things are meant to be. I love it. And another Jupiter line crosses through is Portugal, continent.
Oh, really?
The mainland, right
Okay.
through Lisbon. So
Interesting.
you know the language, girl.
I know.
Go get those opportunities.
I haven't been to Portugal yet. Well, I have been to Portugal, just the Azores, not mainland.
And your Venus line also crosses through the Azores too.
Yes,
in
I
Madeira.
remember looking that.
Yeah.
I remember looking at that. I'm like, it's right in the middle of the ocean.
Yep.
And then when you
Zoom
scroll
in.
I'm like, oh, it's the islands. How cute.
Yep. So the Azores and then Madeira right below it
Yeah.
crosses right through.
Cool.
Do we know what island?
Cool.
No, it's just
Damn,
Azores
it's
in
just
general.
Azores in general.
But if it's in the middle, I would assume it's Terceira because Terceira is in the middle.
Terceira / San Miguel.
Yeah.
San Miguel is like huge, bro.
So there's that. Another lucky place for you, apparently, is Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh my gosh. That's a really nice city. Like, we're very...
I'm like, I'm not planning on going to Utah anytime soon.
No, it's like such a random place, right?
Yeah.
But when Sean and I went, I was like...
Was it fun?
Oh my gosh. This
Yeah.
is like the coolest place ever.
No, it
So
sounds really
nice.
cool, honestly.
So nice.
I'd
You should
probably
try
visit
it.
once.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Although we went to Park City, not Salt Lake City, but Utah.
Close
Utah's
enough.
beautiful.
Close enough.
I know that they have this thing called the Flats there.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
place I want to go to so
It
badly.
looks so cool. Like, I've always
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to visit.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Field trip to Utah!
Another place that Claudia will get some luck and opportunity is in Paris and London.
Let's go to Paris
Dun, dun.
together!
I don't know if I can stand the French, bro.
They're very rude to Americans, right?
We.
They don't like.
We.
I'd be like, oh, no, speak English.
We'll just have to learn the language.
I ain't
We'll
learning the
get
language.
it. Okay.
I would like to eat the baguette in front of the
People,
Eiffel
even when they
Tower.
do speak French.
Yeah. Well,
There's
are
a
you
girl who
what are you
like
gonna
said,
do?
we're like bonjour, and they're, like,
Bonjour.
and they waited for her to like
Snooty.
constant like try to like fix herself.
oh.
And I was like, "Are you like a teacher?" Like, no, I'm here to get a croissant.
Croissant.
Dig
I'm
even,
gonna go there.
Dig into
I'm
that
gonna
even
go in there. I'm
more.
like,
Say
"Can I
it
have
really
a
wrong."
croissant, please?"
With
I don't hate
Nutella.
all French people, okay? Because I am French myself. I don't claim it honestly because y'all are kind of mean. But anyways, moving on.
Madeline
But I do love
was
my
nice,
grandma,
though.
so shout out.
If you want to know a place of difficulty, Pluto line to avoid, like how I mentioned for Alyssa. San Francisco, for some reason.
It's fine. I'm not planning on going to San Fran.
Yeah, San
Make it expensive.
Francisco.
Yeah.
And
Massachusetts.
That would be funny.
no, surprisingly not Massachusetts.
This place is difficult. For me.
Vancouver, Canada.
Oh.
For some reason.
Not planning on going to Canada. Canada doesn't want me anyways.
Oh yeah, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
I love Canada.
And
Surprisingly.
That's nice.
Not
Never
bad.
been. It's always gone canceled.
I'll bring you.
yeah, that happened with us too. Like every time we went to had a trip planned for Canada, it got canceled.
Ugh.
There was like that wedding that never happened.
Wow.
Someone died.
Oh my goodness.
COVID happened. We were supposed
Wow,
to.
these are all
COVID
wicked
happened.
extreme events.
Yeah, it's like Canada doesn't want us there.
Like I was supposed to go into an underground mall. Didn't get to experience that. A little annoyed.
What?
Yeah.
Should plan a trip.
Another place where you should not go to is Australia.
Australia? It makes sense. They have huge spiders. Not a big fan of spiders.
Immediately, she's like, it makes
Immediately no.
I'd love to go to Australia, but honestly, I don't know if I'm willing to fly that far.
sense. It is a long flight.
But I'm willing to go to Japan. That's also
Yeah.
a far flight.
Like that is the best thing. Like it so perfectly crosses Tokyo. It's just
That's so funny.
Amazing.
meant to be.
Wow.
But yeah, those are just some places that you guys should go to. And then a few maybe you should think about. You might get into some situations.
Yeah. What about yours?
Oh, that's good. I should have prepared mine.
Why you've traveled a good amount, right?
Only recently I went to Greece and I loved Greece. And surprisingly enough, I did do my astrocartography and Greece was one of those. I remembered. I'm
I
like,
want to go to
No,
Greece.
I
So
really
meant
wanna
to
go to
be.
I want to go to Greece. So bad.
I just felt like so at home and the people there are so hospitable and it's such a beautiful culture.
Oh.
And I don't know if you guys ever had this experience where, you know, when you go on vacation somewhere and then like the tourists or whoever's on vacation are always like grumpy in a bad mood. They're kind of just complaining about things. They're like,
Yeah.
this is taking too long. This is unacceptable. Like, just mean. And like, you're on vacation. Why are you in a bad mood? But when I went to Greece on a 4-hour ferry from Athens to Santorini, everyone was pleasant. Everyone was vibing.
They're in Greece.
They're chilling. They're just chilling.
Oh, that's amazing.
And like, we met so many people from all over the world, from Australia, from Ireland, from the UK, from Brazil. Like, everybody was just so nice. Like, we hit the jackpot, honestly, for honeymoons, because it's like, it couldn't have gone as well as it did.
That is amazing.
It's just, and yeah, but
oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. I'm such a bad guest. They're never going to invite me anymore.
This is your last show.
My last performance.
For just the listeners that were like, what happened? Claudia's subtly fixing her chair and Mike. No, that's amazing. Oh my gosh.
So it was definitely one of those places where I felt astrocartography was very accurate, because Bill and I were just so lucky there, because whenever we would go to a restaurant, and like, we didn't even say it was our honeymoon, they would give us dessert on the house. They would give us shots on the house.
Gosh.
We cut a line of people to get into a club because they saw me dancing outside to a song. They're like, you come in. I'm like, my husband's with me. He has to come too. I'm like, yeah, bring him in.
Oh my gosh.
It was just one of those places where I felt like I was in a movie, honestly. It just...
Wow. I want to go. Oh my gosh.
My issue
You have to bring us there.
is if I were to go somewhere, I probably would never come back to Massachusetts.
Yeah.
I was so sad.
Like, I would
to
never,
leave.
I'd somehow find a way.
Find a job there?
I'll be like, I'll work
It's
for
fine.
you. Like, literally, I'll work for you. I'll work in this cafe. I'll feed your cats, whatever. I will work here and stay here. I don't want to go back to America. Save me.
I used to fantasize about that in college, all through college. Because, like, I was a wicked hardo with college.
Escapism.
So I was like, yeah, literally, I would literally
I'd like
picture
to run
myself, like,
away.
getting in my car and just driving somewhere or getting on a
Yeah.
plane, going and just never coming
Same.
back and being like, oh,
I think
that would
that
be
every day of
amazing.
my life. Like, Katya, she was like, once I see you at Terminal E, I know you're never coming back. And I was like, same with you, bestie. That was
so fun.
our wonderful episode for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Rate us, please. We shall see you next time when we see you. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you, Bianca, for being here.
Thank you so much for having
With
me
all the
on.
knowledge, because I don't have this type of knowledge, honestly.
Amazing.
Yeah. This was a lot of fun.
And please comment if you really think I should make a TikTok for astrology, because
You
Claudia's
should.
low-key convincing
I vote
me.
yes.
You should. Yeah. Yeah.
I've like only posted like 2 videos on there on private, and they were just like from my wedding and from the honeymoon.
This is perfect then. You get a fresh start in your astrology.
TikTok.
Wonderful.
Hope you guys love the episode.
So,
Bye.
is the Great Wall of China even in Hong Kong?